I still remember the way her smile looked that night. Wide, glowing, the kind of smile you only see on someone carrying a secret. "Hey, stranger," Melissa said as she dropped her suitcase by the door, kicking off her heels with a sigh. "You wouldn't believe the trip I had. So much networking. So many opportunities." I forced a smile. "Conference went well then." "Better than well." She tossed her hair back, that golden brown wave I used to bury my fingers in every night, and pulled me into a quick kiss that felt light. Too light. Like something she gave out of habit rather than want. For 3 years our marriage had been steady. Not perfect. We had our share of late nights, silent dinners, and occasional arguments about the little things couples argue about, but we were solid. Or at least I thought we were. That night, as she unpacked and told me about the panels and seminars, I noticed something. A spark in her eyes that wasn't for me. A warmth in her voice when she talked about late-night brainstorming sessions with the team. She had left on a Tuesday, returned on a Sunday, and somehow in those 5 days she had come back different. The first crack didn't come in her stories. It came in her routine. Melissa was never much of a gym rat, but suddenly she was waking up early, putting on new lingerie I'd never seen before, and texting with a little smirk at midnight when she thought I was asleep. And then there was the smell. Not perfume. Not soap. Something else. A mix of cologne and hotel sheets that didn't belong to me. "Who's texting you this late?" I asked one night, my voice calm but loaded. "Work stuff," she said too quickly. "Planning the next quarter." You wouldn't get it. 2 weeks later we had a doctor's appointment. A routine one. Melissa had been feeling nauseous, and while she chalked it up to stress and travel, I suggested we get her checked. The doctor was polite, clinical, professional. Blood test, urine test, routine. We sat together in the waiting room afterward, her scrolling on her phone, me staring at the sterile white wall, a creeping dread forming in my stomach for reasons I couldn't name yet. The results came back 3 days later. I will never forget the moment the doctor cleared his throat and said, "Congratulations." Melissa's head snapped up, her lips parting. "Wait, what?" "You're pregnant," he said with a smile. Silence. I stared at her, my heart pounding in my ears. We hadn't been intimate in over 2 months. I knew what that meant. She knew what that meant. The smile drained from her face like someone had pulled the plug on her soul. I spoke first because someone had to. "Melissa, how is that possible?" Her eyes darted everywhere but mine. I don't know. Maybe the dates, maybe. "Don't," I said, my voice low. "Don't insult me." The doctor, sensing the air had turned heavy, excused himself, leaving us in that suffocating room. Melissa buried her face in her hands, tears already forming. "I didn't mean for this to happen," she whispered. "Didn't mean for what to happen." My voice cracked, but it carried more steel than I felt. "For the pregnancy. Or for the affair." Her silence was my answer. That night at home, I sat at the kitchen table, staring at the wood grain like it held answers. Melissa was upstairs, pacing, crying, muttering to herself. When she finally came down, she looked like she'd aged 10 years. "James," she began softly. "I made a mistake." I laughed, a sharp, bitter sound. "A mistake is forgetting an anniversary, Melissa. A mistake is burning dinner. You don't trip and fall into someone's bed." Her face crumpled. "It was one night. I was drunk, I was lonely, and You were at a conference," I interrupted. "For work. Not a vacation. Not a singles retreat." She sat across from me, her fingers twisting the hem of her sweater. "I didn't plan it. Just happened. And when I came back, I wanted to pretend it didn't. Until the test results didn't let you pretend anymore." Over the next few days, I became a ghost in my own home. I moved through the rooms with my chest hollow, my thoughts burning like acid. She tried to talk to me. She cooked my favorite meals. She left notes on the fridge. "We can fix this. I love you. Please talk to me." But what was there to fix? Every glance at her belly, at what was now his child, was a fresh knife twist. One night, I asked her the question that had been festering. Do you even know who he is? The father. Her eyes flicked up, shame swimming in them. Yes. Then tell him, I said coldly. Because I'm done being the man holding your broken pieces while you carry his legacy. She cried harder than I'd ever seen her cry. But I didn't touch her. Friends started asking why I wasn't smiling anymore. My sister noticed the dark circles under my eyes. I didn't tell them. Not yet. There's a strange shame in being betrayed. As though her sin painted me too. The breaking point came a week later. I came home to find her sitting on the couch, scrolling through baby clothes on her phone. You're really going to keep it? I said flatly. She looked up, startled. What? James, I'm not asking, I said, my voice sharp now. I'm telling you that's not my child. And I won't raise another man's baby. She slammed her phone down. It's still a part of me. I made a mistake, yes, but this is still a life. I nodded slowly. Then raise it. On your own. I filed for separation the next morning. She begged, pleaded, swore she'd cut him off, swore we could rebuild. But the thing about betrayal is, it doesn't just break trust. Kills the version of you that believed in someone blindly. Our nights became a series of empty rooms. She moved into the guest room, and I stopped checking if she was crying. The house felt like a graveyard of laughter that used to be. The last time we spoke as husband and wife was on a rainy Thursday. I found out who he is, I said quietly, dropping a printed email thread on the table. Your boss. From the conference. Her face drained of color. James, please. He means nothing. I almost smiled, a bitter, crooked thing. Funny. He means nothing, yet he's given you something I never will. A permanent reminder. She reached for me, but I stepped back. I hope he's there for you, I said. Because I won't be. The divorce was swift, uncontested. She moved out 2 weeks later, taking with her the life we almost built. I didn't fight for the house. I didn't fight for furniture. I fought for my peace. And when the papers were signed, I felt something strange. Not relief, not victory. Just emptiness. Because here's the truth. Betrayal doesn't leave you angry forever. It leaves you tired. Months passed. I rebuilt slowly. New apartment, new routines, quiet mornings with coffee that didn't taste like ash anymore. One evening I got a message from her. Photo. Baby girl. She's beautiful, the text read. I thought you should know. I stared at the screen for a long time. My fingers hovered over the keys. Then I set the phone down and whispered to the empty room. She is. But she's not mine. I've been asked if I'd ever forgive her. The truth. Forgiveness isn't a door you open for someone else. It's a room you step into when you're ready to leave the past outside. Melissa made her choice. And I made mine. What hurt the most wasn't that she slept with him. It wasn't even that she carried his child. It was that she smiled when she came home, as if the life we built was enough to lie to, but not enough to respect. And that smile, that was the first thing that broke me. Final reflection. Betrayal rarely announces itself with screaming or slammed doors. Sometimes it arrives quietly. In a suitcase at the door, a faint new scent on a pillow, a smile that doesn't belong to you anymore. If you've never experienced that kind of silence, you don't know how loud it can be.